Ever pondered the sun and the moon? Did you know that they represent the gospel message of Jesus Christ? How can our closest star and our moon reveal the gospel of Jesus Christ? Hi, I'm Joe Butler. I want to share some amazing insight about the two great lights that God created, and I think you're going to be amazed at what they represent in Scripture. Let's get started. In Genesis 1:16, it says, "Then God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also." Now, usually we just read right through that scripture and we miss a very important message that is built into the verse. It says that God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. So, here we see a greater light, which we know is the sun, and the lesser light, which we know is the moon. That's where we stop. Most people would continue reading on to the next verse, but let's stop and take a close look at this passage. I'd like to submit to you that the greater light represents Jesus Christ, or the New Testament, and the lesser light represents the law, or the Old Testament. Now, we need to verify this through Scripture, and we will, but first, let's look at the physical properties of these two great lights. The sun is 400 times larger than our moon. However, because the sun is exactly 400 times further away from us than the moon, they appear to be the same size. This phenomenon has only been observed on Earth. The moon is only about 250,000 miles from us, but the sun is 93 million miles away. So they appear equal in size, but in reality, the sun is much, much larger. Now, we all know that the sun creates its own light, and we all know that the moon does not generate its own light. The light of the moon is simply a reflection of the greater light of the sun. I believe that there's an allegory here. The sun is a picture of the new covenant and Jesus Christ. In Malachi 4:2 it says, "But to you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness, S-U-N, shall arise with healing in his wings." Also, in 1 Thessalonians 5:5, it says, "You are all sons of light and sons of the day. We are not of the night, nor of the darkness." And again, Jesus says of himself in John 8:12, "I am the light of the world. He who follows me shall not walk in darkness, but have the light of life." The moon is a picture of the Old Covenant and the law. Just as the moon only reflects the sunlight, the Old Covenant is a picture of Jesus Christ. The Old Testament simply gives us a glimpse of Christ, who is the greater light. It is the lesser light, which is a reflection of the greater light. In Colossians 2:16 it says, "So let no one judge you in food or in drink, or regarding a festival or a new moon or Sabbaths, which are a shadow of things to come, but the substance is of Christ." So, there is an allegory here. The greater light rules the day, and the lesser light rules the night. The lesser light, the Old Testament, is not its own light source. It's a reflection of something greater. It's reflecting the greater light, which is the New Testament, or Jesus Christ. Keeping these things in mind, let's finish this Genesis passage. In Genesis 1:17 through 18, it says, "God set them, the sun and the moon, in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness, and God saw that it was good." Now, check this out. So the moon rules over the night. At night, there is darkness. In the Bible, darkness is used as a picture of sin. The moon, or the Old Covenant, or law, as a light to reveal the darkness of sin. Just as the moon rules over the night, the law rules over the darkness. Sin is revealed through the law. Romans 13:12 says, "The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Therefore, let us cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light." In the Bible, darkness and night are analogous of sin. Light and day are analogous of righteousness. One is greater than the other. Here we see the gospel in Genesis on the fourth day when God created the sun and the moon. Just as the sun is the greater light, so Christ is our great light. We are to be children of the day, not of the night. We are to be led of the Spirit, not of the law. The greater light is the source of all light. Jesus is revealed through the simple statement that there was a greater light to rule the day and a lesser light to rule the night. Jesus is the greater light.